Hi YouTube, this is Bree. This is my channel, The Green-Eyed Girl Reads, and today I'm going to be doing my first ever Booktube tag, and I'm going to do the Booktube Newbie Tag created by Brenda C. I think it was created relatively recently. I've only watched a few videos that have used the tags, so I don't know what that means. It could just be that I haven't looked enough on YouTube. Basically it consists of 7 questions, just talking about background as to why you wanted to make a YouTube channel. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? I have a few reasons. The biggest one was that I wanted to contribute and interact with the booktube community because I really enjoyed watching the videos and I thought it was a very interactive medium. I also had never ever thought of myself as someone who would make video blogs of any description at all. So as soon as I kind of started considering it, I was excited to do something in a creative kind of outlet that I'd never considered that I would do. So my other reason was that I've been wanting to get better, I think I've said this in a few videos before, getting better at writing reviews of books that I read. And I felt that if I was going to be making videos, I'd obviously be pushing myself to be more critical and reviewy and that kind of thing of books. Hasn't actually worked so far. I have at least gotten to the first step where I'm writing just really quick reviews after I finish the book in my journal for the year. And I have plans to make my first review video a bit later on today, but I just thought I would get some of the video making butterflies out of the system before I started tackling the review stuff, so I thought I would make my tag video. The final reason that I wanted to do the videos was that I am not a very good public speaker. So I thought that this would be one way of getting better or more confident, and it would be slightly less stressful because I'm not talking to a whole room of people, I'm just talking to my video camera and it goes out onto the internet later on. It's still really weird to be sitting and talking into a camera, and I'm also looking at myself at the same time and trying not to seem to be looking to see if I look weird. But it's getting better, so hopefully that part of the whole process will work. The second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Next question. I don't really know whether I look at myself as being unique. I mean, I hope my videos are not dead boring, but I don't know whether my content will be so unique. The kind of way I approached joining BookTube was taking the tagline from one of my favourite podcasts, which is the SF Squeecast, and they're all about all things SF-nal, science fiction, fantasy, speculative fiction, that kind of thing. And their other tag part is a never-ending panel discussion of vague positivity, and I really liked the idea of looking at it as a never-ending discussion. So I'll make one video, or I'll watch somebody's video, and that'll make me think of something that I want to talk about on a video, and then it just keeps going on and everybody learns and grows and makes BookTube bigger based on that kind of interaction. Yeah, I think that's kind of my answer to that question. Number 3 is, what are you most excited for about this new channel? Books. Lots more books. Awesome books. And talking about books, and talking with new people about books, and hearing other people's opinions on books, and maybe recommending people to books, but also having books recommended to me. Yeah, basically just books. Question 4 is, why do you love reading? I actually got really stumped when I started thinking about this question, because I cannot remember a time when I didn't read now, really. Like, maybe very vaguely back when I was quite young, but even then I was always being read to. So it's just part of my being. I think I love reading mostly because you get to enter somebody else's world, like contemporary or kind of the more fantasy and out there worlds of, you know, sci-fi and science fiction and all that kind of thing, but really it's just getting to see somebody else's perspective, and somebody else has created something for you to kind of delve into and experience. And I also love beautiful language. It's not necessarily always the only reason I'll read a book. There's some things that I don't think are written well, but I get so obsessed with the story that I'll keep reading. But yeah, so I think it's just, you know, the widening one's horizons. Question 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? The first book I ever remember reading specifically on my own was one of the Grug books. I think they got re-released recently, maybe about 5 years ago, so I don't know whether people really know what they are, but they're just like a picture book with some writing at the bottom about this guy called Grug, who I always think looks a bit like a haystack. I might see if I can find the channel, a web page about it and link it in the doobly-doo below later, in case nobody knows what I'm talking about. I kind of then thought about the got you into reading. I think one of the series that, or the first series I can really remember blowing my mind with some of the concepts and stuff, was the Dark is Rising series by Susan Cooper, which I actually have here. There's 5 books, and this is The Dark is Rising. I bought these as adults second hand, but this is the covers that I remember reading when I was in primary school. I've put them on my bookshelf because I haven't reread them as adults, so I'd like to have a look at that. I'm really crossing my fingers that the Suck Fairy hasn't visited, but I don't think it will have. Yeah, there's just some of the concepts about this fantasy world really blew my mind. I remember it blowing my mind and thinking about it a lot, and it was about the same time when I was really obsessed with Doctor Who. Yeah, and I think after that I was always searching for that same feeling of, wow, that is an incredible concept kind of thing when I kept reading after that. And then, you know, it was all too late by then and reading became something that I had to do to survive, really. The 6th question was, what questions would you ask your favourite booktuber? Originally when I thought about this, I only thought about, you know, in relation to being a new booktuber and starting making videos and things and that, and so obviously the main one is, when does it stop feeling quite so awkward? Because a lot of the booktubers that have been around for a long time really seem really confident and relaxed and stuff in front of the videos, in front of the camera. So that is one of my eternal questions of, when does it feel less awkward, and when do you stop losing train of thought and saying and all the time? But really, when I thought about it more, I'm just more interested in people's experiences of books and why they started making booktube channels, and was booktube their very first set of vlogs, or had they already had a channel and moved into booktube as it kind of emerged? I find that really interesting, especially after the other day, they've got that whole Facebook thing now going around where you can watch a video of your Facebook history because Facebook is 10 years old. I joined Facebook in 2007. That's a really long time ago. I can't believe that I've had a website, a social media website in my life for that long. And then I kind of think about the fact that before I joined Facebook, I was watching YouTube videos a really long time ago, back when I briefly had some nice internet. And I wish I had kept a bit of a closer track on the people that I was watching then, to see if they're still around, or if they're around but in totally different channels. I don't know, yeah, just really interesting. I have been doing a retrospective watch of the Vlogbrothers, which I didn't know about when I was originally watching YouTube, but yeah, it's really interesting to watch things from 2007. It really blows my mind. But anyway, one more question, and I have already gone for 9 minutes. How does that happen? The final question is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Well, for me, that is often time, because I don't really have a lighting setup to film at night. I split my time between 2 cities, so that's also a bit difficult. And, you know, I have other stuff on the go that I'm meant to be working on. Sorry, just the cat in the side corner there. Yeah, so I think time, and whether or not I get really freaked out by the awkwardness of my delivery and decide not to keep making videos. But this is my 5th video, and I don't know, I think I'm going to keep going. So, I suppose at the end of this I just want to say, hi Booktube, I'm a newbie. Any other newbies that might watch this video, feel free to make the tag someone, pass it along, that kind of thing. And if you're new to YouTube or just want to say hi, maybe you could leave me a comment. If you make this video, this tag, interest, you leave me a link at the bottom and I'll come and watch and check out your new channel. And I think that's about all for this, because I have hit 10 minutes. Alrighty, I'm gonna go now. Bye!